Hi, this is Paul Slack. It's Good News Broadcast speaking to Julie Aigner-Clark. Hi, Julie. How are you?
I'm great, Paul. Thanks for having me on the show.
Thanks for being on the show. And I mentioned to you before we started how important this is to me, being a grandpa. Julie created the Baby Einstein company. Yay!
Yay is right.
It's yay because of why?
Well, I think it's yay because it was really exciting to make something that was very different from other entertainment products for little tiny kids that were out there. At the time, this was in 1997, there was really nothing for little tiny babies that would allow moms or dads or grandpas or grandmas to interact with their kids in a way that let them use media to sort of connect with things like classical music and poetry and really beautiful images, and that's what Baby Einstein was about.
And you, in essence, did that because you just didn't see a product out there, and didn't you something? It was something about you started in your garage or somewhere in the basement, or?
I did. I started the company in my basement. I wasn't even intending to start a business at the time. I had a little baby. I had been a teacher. I taught English art and a little bit of music. And I was really excited about the idea to expose my baby to those things, and it didn't exist. And so, I actually did. I borrowed video equipment, shot the first 2 videos in my house, edited them on my home computer, and just kind of figured it out. And, gosh, it's just amazing what's happened to the company since then.
Well, great. There's some interesting information, though, you'd like to share with us about a research study, I guess, that you all did. And what'd you come up with?
Well, it was Baby Einstein kind of was looking at, ways in which we could help moms and babies get together, connect, really, what is it that's kind of keeping moms from spending all the time that they want to with their babies? Because in our research, what we found was that the vast majority of moms, 80% of moms, were feeling like they just weren't able to spend the kind of time with their little kids that they wanted to. And we found that was because, no big surprise, they were doing what we all do as moms, which is they were cooking and sometimes they were, cleaning their home, or they were working outside the home, or they were doing things that just prevented them from spending quality time with their kids. And we all fall into kind of that guilt trap as moms of wanting to be able to spend time, but also having things that we need to do. So we came up with a great idea, and on our website, we've kind of redesigned our Baby Einstein website, and we have a great portion of that website where we talk about tips for parents and ways that you can kind of engage your baby in some of those everyday things that you need to do. So if, for example, it's doing laundry, how can you kind of engage your child, your little tiny one, with, laundry? And it sounds silly, but, you actually can. I mean, I used to take my daughter when she was really little and put her in the laundry basket when I was taking things out of the dryer and, throw different colored socks at her, and she loved it. They were warm, and it was fun, and we would talk about the colors of the socks. It was just a great way to explore different things that we sometimes take for granted and don't even realize are teachable moments. And so on our website, again, we have this great section where we try to encourage moms to use some of these ideas to engage with their kids. And we also have a great part of that site where moms can write in with their own ideas. This is what I do with my baby, and share that maybe with other moms or dads out there who are going through the same kind of issues.
How about shopping? What any thoughts there?
Yeah, I mean, shopping is a great way to make connections. So if you're home, and you're cutting up an apple for your toddler, you can also, talk to your baby about the shape of that apple, right? So it's a round apple, and what does it taste like, and what does it smell like, and you can kind of talk about colors and senses. And then take that with you when you go to the grocery store, and now say to your baby, look, here are the apples. Remember the apple? We had it at home. What other things do you see in the store that are also circle? And what other colors do you see? And, there's so many opportunities, again, to kind of make connections between what you have at home and what you might see at the store. Just using going out with your baby, going out to the store as an opportunity to talk, because that's something really great you can do with your child.
And you can actually carry that on for the rest of the life. They're actually really people, right?
Well, yeah, and gosh, that talking just might help you out if you want to be a radio host someday, right?
I think, a lot of times we forget that, kids are people too. Our Linklater used to say that, I think. And, I treat my daughter, I have her, my grandson's got a real piano, and so now I gave him a real guitar. I don't know. I think you should treat them. They're not a them; they are us.
That's right.
Just a little smaller.
Yeah, you know, I agree with you. I mean, I think that, and part of what you're saying is so much like what I started Baby Einstein. The reason that I started Baby Einstein, I think that, you know, nobody had really thought that little babies could listen to, you know, a piece by Mozart and like it. Mm-hmm. And that was because everybody thought, well, that was for grown-ups, or, you know, going to the museum, that's for grown-ups, or mm-hmm. going to the orchestra, that's for big people. Mm-hmm. But the truth was, just like you said, I mean, there's just no reason why you can't expose your children to those things and really, and that they can't love them. And if we just treat them that way, if we treat them like something that we can share, rather than something like, this is for mommy, and this is for you, or this is for grandpa, and this is for you, then, gosh, you know, I just think there's every reason in the world for them to enjoy it with us, and that makes it so much more fun for us, because at the time that I started Baby Einstein, you know, not to be against Barney or anything, but at the time there was really only Barney for little tiny kids, and I just could not listen to those songs all day. And I thought, gosh, why can't it be Beethoven, you know? Mm-hmm. So like you said, I mean, that's fantastic, giving your grandson a piano, a guitar, you know, it's fantastic.
But they were hand-me-downs and stuff, you know. So, but and we're musical, and we go there and we play and we do, you know. I don't know. I tried to talk to my daughter just like she was an adult all the time. No, right. No goo goo gaga, you know. And somehow she ended up okay. Exactly. And I've ended up okay.
Yeah, exactly.
It's a two-way street, I think, with children overall.
I agree with you. I mean, you know, you're right. And there's so many things that we can learn from them and, you know, by not being condescending to them, by actually, you know, sort of sharing with them instead of that. I think you're exactly right. That's
and they
right.
slow you down. I've learned more from my daughter, I'm sure, than she learned from me. She always slowed me down to, you know, because children could spend a lot of time with one thing. And, you know, we're busy bees. We think we're busy bees, but we're running around a lot scattering.
Well, you're right. And I think, too, you know, I mean, what I heard a lot with Baby Einstein when we were making the first videos was, gosh, you know, it looks so simple. Why do you just have images of really simple things on the screen that seem so boring to adults? But it was about trying to see the world through a baby's eyes. It was trying to recognize that, you know, just looking at that cat is pretty fascinating. You know, if you just took the time, like a baby does, to just stare at something, it's quite interesting, you know, and it can be quite beautiful. And I think you're right. You know, we run around, we forget to look at things, and we forget to recognize the beauty in really simple things. And sometimes our kids can cause us to do that, and that's a good thing.
Okay. Well, you know what I'm going to do? We usually put a thought for the day when I put our story up, and I want to try to get some video from you too. I know this is radio, but I'm a TV producer mainly.
Oh, okay.
But we'll try to get some video. But the thought for the day, I think, is what I was just thinking. Let's learn from our children.
Yeah.
Something like that. Well, you have a good quote for me?
I have. Let's see. How about great minds start little?
Great minds start little?
Yeah.
I love it. Okay.
Okay, great. Well, thank you so much, Paul. I appreciate your time.
Okay, Julie. Great speaking with you.
Thanks. Take care.
Bye. Bye-bye.
Bye-bye.